But, and then scaling, obviously. Okay, what makes the most sense in my operation? I can stream a lot of nitrogen a lot faster than I can, do other things. And I can, I've had my co-op run urea before. My co-op's great. They do a great job. I have great relationship with the guys over there. But I mean, the fact of the matter is I own my own sprayer, because if Josh Pretzer on a Friday afternoon at 4:00 goes, I'd like to stream 250 acres of wheat, or, tomorrow.
Yep.
If I call the co-op, it's unrealistic. It's unfair for me to expect that of them.
Oh, yeah.
So, but if I don't have anything to schedule, okay, I think I can run 250 acres, get a start tonight, and knock the rest out tomorrow. That it's okay. What fits in my operation, to where it's not killing me. So back to efficiency, and then okay, learning my soils, then learning what relates best in my soils to my crop function, what form of nitrogen on my corn and wheat, and then how can I make that more efficient? And that's just working with the carbons, introducing carbon into the system, whether it's your humics or your fulvix, of that, either one, whichever application you're going for. In the stabilization, we go humics, we go biological boost, we go fulvix. But yeah, and so that's the story of my farm anyway, of trying to really hone in on ROI and making things pencil better and more efficiently. But and then I learned so much from you. It's like, hey, if your phos levels are here, we don't need to put a ton of phos down, especially in low grain markets.
Yeah.
It's not that, ROI is a lot more fun than, bushels, at least in my operation. If I can make an ROI that sustains my farm, I am finding when you're young, bushels are king. We just want,
it's fun. Gosh, it's
you know,
fun.
that yield monitor. But at the end of the day, you have to go home and you have to pencil it out. Yeah. And if there is a zero at the bottom of what's left, sorry, man, you ain't going to have a yield monitor to look at anymore. So, you know, that's efficiencies on nitrogen on my operation. That's, you know, but that's how I've learned. That's on my farm. How did we get here? Raise efficiency for what we're already doing. Change some practices that were scalable. You know, learning about what's most effective in furrow. You know, I'm running a little phos, sugar, fulvic, and a couple other things. And man, I'm seeing great response. We're just kickstarting systems.
Yeah.
We're not replacing a system. It's called starter, not finisher.
Well, yeah. And I get to the part too, you know, I think one of the biggest things when it comes to starters or in furrow and or seed treatments, that is the one moment you can make the most difference with the least amount of money comparatively.
Okay. Elaborate on that just a
little
bit.
So I go back to like setting the foundation, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say you know your soil is low in zinc.
Yep.
Okay. Instead of trying to foliar feed it V6, you will get a bigger bang of having that in furrow.
Okay.
If you know you have problems, do it in furrow.
Okay.
If there is a solution.
So like the 107 that you foliar ran, that should have a zinc in furrow.
Yes.
Perfect example.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, did we try to supplement? Yeah, we tried, but the most efficient way,
right?
The best ROI cost effectiveness is in the furrow and or on the seed.
Yep. And if you don't have an in-furrow system, then go to the next most efficient method.
Yep.
It's, you know,
yeah.
It doesn't mean, okay, well, I need to go spend $15,000 on an in-furrow system. It doesn't mean that. You know, are you going to make $15,000 this year by putting zinc in furrow? I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not. I mean,
don't. That's making a poor fiduciary.
Yep.
I learned that in my director development training.
There you go.
I am completely developed now. I have a certificate to prove it.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Yep.
I've been working on my professional development certifications and learning a lot, dude. That's total squirrel here, but yeah.
Well,
I got to see Austin there.
Oh,
Austin
nice.
Schweitzer.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, the cover king. I've just given him that name. We know so many guys that are doing amazing things with cover crops. Vance McCoy.
Yep.
Austin. Lots of. I got names flying into my head, but I know Austin, and I bought my melted, or I bought what did I get from him? I got something last year from him. I went down and picked it up, and just that conversation the other day, dude, it energized me about farming.
Yep.
It's like, dude, it's so cool to get around someone who's very passionate about what they're doing and know there's a difference.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, I made a difference and I can help other people make a difference. Yeah. And that's the difference I want to make in 25.
Well, and kind of coming back to the point that started this whole conversation, make sure you guys, you have people on your team you can talk to.
Yeah.
Like one of the common themes is like, who's your favorite seed corn company? They asked me as an independent agronomist. And I said, the person that gives you best service. Because at the end of the day, it's about those factors, having that team, the people that you can talk to swap those ideas on, because even driving down the road, I had an hour-and-a-half conversation with one of my clients. Mm-hmm. We were just chatting to chat, but of course we go down the agronomy realm, and he's a sharp dude. He knows a lot about what's going on. It's just shooting it off to me just to say, does this sound right?
Sure.
Yeah,
it's a sounding
right.
board.
Yeah.
A good team is a good sounding board. Yeah. They may not tell you what you're saying is wrong. They may only validate you.
Yep.
But if you have a good team network around you, they will voice concern if they do hear it.
Yep.
It's like, hey, I'm gonna front load all my nitrogen. Say if Heathman came to me and he's like, hey, I'm just gonna dry spread all my N in front of the planter. Be like,
I'm gonna do it in the fall.
Yeah, or just do it in the fall. I'm gonna throw them in out in the fall. I'll be like, whoa, wait a minute here.
Yeah.
And I'm just pulling that. Wouldn't do that. But it's having that network around you. I think a network is probably going to be a greater ROI to you than anything else.
Yeah.
Because they're going to help you see holes in your operation, see opportunities. There might be a cover crop program available you didn't know about that you could make $30 an acre on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Hey, you know what? That would pay for my in-furrow system on my corn. Or, I don't know. I'm just pulling things out.
Just be open-minded, number one. And then also, if it's something that the financial aspect of or running the farm is not your forte, or you're not the strongest at, find somebody you trusted that's good with numbers and talk to them. Yeah. Have a legit conversation. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a farm manager.
Right.
But I do like numbers and I like business.
Sure.
I do.
Sure.
So like that conversation we had earlier, we were talking about business decisions. And I said, well, what does this do to our cash flow?
Yeah.
What does it do to our income statement? So on and so forth. And it turned out that the answer was no. But on the same token, it's just like, find that person you can trust to run these numbers by and talk about it.
Sure.
Get the pencil sharpened. Now more times than ever, even talking the other day, talking to Gibbs, he was telling me his plan, El Presidente. We were talking about plans and he's just like, where's the area we could help manage, and I'm not going to lie. He sent me the balance sheet. I was like, or not balance sheet, the break even. I said, there was parts I was just like, I don't know. But then he filled me in that he was doing a bunch of manure on this field. I was like, well, then you, for sure take out phosphorus. If you're doing manure, there's those little things that having a team will help you find those areas to help conserve money is what I get to. In pivot country, you got to have good sprinklers. Don't get me wrong. And I'm a drone sprayer saying this, so I got to be careful. But to be completely honest, paying me, $10 to $12 to apply versus running it over a pivot. Do you lose some efficacy? Probably.
But do you still gain an ROI?
Is it enough?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I know some guys, if you're pushing
or hire
yield,
a drone guy to do the stuff farthest away from home.
Yeah. Yeah. Just think outside the box. And it doesn't have to be like getting rid of your rotation. It's just How can I make things a little different to be more efficient?
Yeah.
And gosh, that's why I love my job. You know, I get to have those conversations with guys, and I feel like with, I guess, most of my guys, we can have that conversation, and they know that I keep my mouth shut. You know, like I'm not going to go let everybody know. It's just like, I want to help people.
Guys, if you've liked the information that you've seen so far, go ahead and check out the full-length podcast on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe there. It's also on all the major podcast platforms. We're constantly dropping info and more content on all the social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Check it out for a lot more content.